You've all heard about witches and their crystal balls, right? They use them to connect with what they call spirits. But let's be clear, these aren't just any spirits. They're the souls of the Nephilim, the giants wiped out by Noah's flood. Yep, that flood wasn't just a natural disaster. It was God's way of ridding the world of the sons of fallen angels who abandoned heaven to be with human women now. These spirits, also known as familiar spirits, have roamed around since those ancient days, and Ephesians tells us they're part of the powers and spiritual forces we wrestle with. They're not human enemies. They're much more sinister. Remember when Jesus rebuked Peter?
You must not allow it to happen. You're thinking as men think. Get behind me, Satan.
He wasn't condemning Peter, but addressing Satan's influence over him. Jesus saw right through to the true adversary. Here's the thing. These spirits observe. They gather information, but they're powerless compared to Christ's authority. Unlike God, they're not omniscient. They don't know all, see all, or hold ultimate power. They rely on what they observe, reporting back to the enemy of our souls, who's known as the accuser. Day and night, he accuses us, hoping to damage our relationship with God. But we're covered by grace. Through Christ, there's no condemnation, so don't let them intimidate you. They might watch, but through Jesus, we have victory. Remember, these are defeated forces trying to stir up fear, but with God's armor, they've got nothing on you. No condemnation. You got that right. Thanks to Jesus, we are free. But let's get back to familiar spirits, witches, and wizards. They found a way to make us unknowingly participate in divination, a practice God outright condemns. Remember King Saul and the Witch of Endor? He sought out a sorcerer to connect with Samuel, and God wasn't pleased with it. Now here's the twist: the adversary's grand plan, the television. Yeah, you read that right. Think about it. Entertainment, a word meaning spirits entering and containing. And then we have programs on TV that we're watching, which in turn are programming us. Every time we change channels, we're channeling. The adversary has made an entire generation participate in spiritual channeling without even realizing it. It's as if we're all looking into crystal balls ourselves. Look at TV shows today. Witchcraft, magic, and the supernatural dominate the screen. Shows like Stranger Things dive into the concept of the upside down, an eerie underworld. Or take Harry Potter, where magic is fun, kids even reenacting scenes with makeshift wands. But remember what Jesus said, a kingdom divided against itself won't stand. The devil isn't about to fight himself, but he'll gladly give us the illusion of good versus evil to distract us. Hollywood itself. It's a name built on symbolism. Holly is a wood used for wands, mythologically tied to spells and potions. That's where Hollywood gets its roots, creating movies that feel like incantations in themselves. And it's not just on-screen. Actors often talk about channeling spirits to fully become the characters they play.
Sasha was in full effect. Sasha is my alter ego. And when people see me, sometimes I think that when they meet me and they speak with me, they're expecting Sasha.
Eyes wide open, my friends. What we see and hear has power, and it's time we understand the intentions behind it all. Some actually have confessed to literally hiring real witches to help make horror movies. By show of hands, how many have watched The Craft? Yeah, that's one of them. You're being entertained by demons, using your modern crystal balls. You're channeling and being programmed. So when I say some bots, some AIs are literally disembodied spirits, and you're chatting with them on social media platform. You're watching horror and magic movies. That's literally modern-day divination. Remember, God hates divination.